How's everybody doing today? So touching up a little bit more on my previous video, when you're shifting into a different parallel reality and you're manifesting more and you're impressing the subconscious mind, those tests will come up for you to prove that your belief system is strong. But there's something else that it's doing as well. So you'll start having thoughts of like, oh, these bills are coming up, and the first thought that comes into your mind in reaction to it is, I can't afford to pay that bill. That's the first thought that probably comes into like 90% of your guys' minds. And then once you pop that thought in your head, you just nullified the whole manifestation. Now, if you made a mistake and you're catching yourself doing this is a good thing. You want to catch yourself doing this so you can switch your terminology and impress the subconscious mind. And I have plenty of money to pay this bill. I manifest, abundance all the time, so this doesn't matter. Now, don't be hard on yourself if you do it once or twice. It's like we all do that. But you just want to catch yourself. When you catch yourself, that's the first step in being able to change your terminology. When I talk about using the law of assumption, your law of assumption is changing your terminology. It's everything is I have instead of I wish I had. Or I'm gonna get it. No, everything is now. There's no past, present, or future in our universe. All that stuff is there waiting at the floodgates for you just to open up. You imagine if you had a storage unit full of everything you wanted. Like, just think of a warehouse of everything you wanted. Your house, your Lambo, your lake, your jet skis, whatever it is you wish you currently had, it's there waiting at the storage unit, and all you have to do is lift up that garage door to get into it, and you have access to it. It's there waiting. It's always following you. Pretend you have this huge warehouse of anything that you can manifest just following you around. like you're a small boat on the ocean, and this battleship is constantly following you wherever you are. The battleship is what you're able to manifest, but you're never having access to it. It's just following you around. But as soon as you try to go around to catch it, it starts driving off. But instead of like pulling up next to it to port on board and gain access to it, it follows you around everywhere you go. It's literally like, if you ever play a fantasy game, there's something that's called a bag of holding. It's how you hold your items. But in the magic world, that bag has unlimited space. So the bag only might be this big, right? But you can throw swords and shields and magic potions, endless amounts of stuff to carry with you, and that magic bag contains all that stuff. Well, that's the bag of manifestation, really. You pull it out and have access to whatever you need at any point in time, and it's small, so it doesn't make sense. It's not in 3D reality. That bag is in 5D reality, where you're accessing the manifestations. You literally can do that in real life. The magic is there. It's just not in a leather bag. It's just your thoughts and your energy just attracts what you want. So you have this bag of holding in the fantasy world that you can gain access to through the menu, just like the video games. Everything is in the simulation is related to the video games. It's not a coincidence that these video games emulate the magic of what actual manifestation reality is. Grand Theft Auto is a very closely related simulation to how things kind of operate. I'm not talking about all the crime is there and stuff, but if you think about the game as a whole in the open world and how you can have access to anything you want immediately, it's similar to our real simulation. If you played Skyrim in Elder Scrolls, you have the bag of holding that holds all your items for you, and it's pretty much unlimited. I mean, you can't carry 5,000 pounds of stuff with you, but in your sack in the game you basically can. So that you have access to this in manifestation all the time. But as soon as a bill comes up, you can't say, I don't have enough money, I can't afford that. That's the first thought. That now seals your access from that bag. You gain access back to it when you say, I have plenty, I have more than enough. Then you have gained access to the bag. Pretend there's a locking mechanism on this, on the suitcase or the bag, right? Every time you say, I can't afford it, the code changes and you don't know the code and you can't open it. But as soon as you say, I have plenty, I have everything that I need, I'm abundant, and millions of dollars come to me in perfect ways, that combo changes back to the one that you can open again, and you can open the suitcase or the bag again and grab what you need out of it. That's how the universe operates. I'm just giving you a theoretical term of how it kind of works related to the video game, right? And it's incredible. The amount of power that I'm talking about is very unbelievable. Like, you're taught from a young age that magic doesn't exist. The magic is that you're in a simulation that you can control reality because you're a co-creator of the universe. So you actually have more power than a video game character in a lot of respects, because not only are you the player, but you're also the creator. So you're also it's like a video game creator creating the character in the game to be able to do what you want. You can manipulate it. You're the code writer. You're the designer and the code writer. You wrote the code and you can play the game. That's the co-creation reality. You're having the temporary human experience, but also creating it. There can't be any more fun in reality. Think about it. You create the scenario that you wish to be in, and then you jump in and play that scenario on a very grand scale. But you switch your memory off when you were born to not remember the past. That way it's confusing, and then you have to figure out how to win the game, just like you do any other game. It's confusing and it's hard, and you have to beat the game. Like a hard game, it's confusing and you have to find your way. That's life. It's simulation. It's the same as a video game. I keep using the video game reference because it's the one that makes the most sense. I know a lot of you out there played video games before, so you can understand the concept. That's why I'm using that as a theoretical analogy. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to touch up, brush up a little bit on the past video I did the other day, and add a little bit more to what I said to it today. And as always, I greatly appreciate you guys watching my videos, and have a nice day.